What's going on, guys? It's your boy, John the Liquidator, coming back with another video. So it looked like Caitlin Clark teammate Aliyah Boston dropped bombshells about the team upcoming season. For this one here, we got to go all the way up to Indy. Let's get it. Let's go. One person that is a key member and a key factor in the Indiana Fever success for the 2025 season is none other than South Carolina-owned Aliyah Boston. Aliyah Boston was the former #1 overall pick, former Rookie of the Year, and she pretty much spearheaded the success of the Fever early on, way before Caitlin Clark even got there. Aliyah Boston laid the foundation on how to come in it, be a rookie, and do your job. And I'm telling you right now, Aliyah Boston does a great job with the Indiana Fever. Now, she is very vocal. Aliyah Boston be online turning up. She be making TikToks, giving interviews. Hell, she's even on NBC doing commentary. Aliyah Boston getting to that bag. She's currently playing in Unrivaled, but she wrapped up her interview speaking about Caitlin Clark and Stephanie White. Now, we all know Stephanie White is new to the Indiana Fever. And in a recent interview, Aliyah Boston spoke about the transition between Christie sides leaving and Stephanie White coming in. She spoke about that and many other topics as well in regards to the Indiana Fever. And we finna roll some footage right now.
A lot of players at Unrivaled kind of joke that this is a time where you can build chemistry with players and kind of pitch your teams or, try to get players to come to your team. If you were a GM, what would you pitch to free agents about playing with the Fever?
I feel like the first thing I'd pitch is that you guys don't like to play against us, so you might as well come play with us.
Period. I love that. I absolutely love that. And also, this past week, obviously there was a lot of serious news coming out from your teammate Caitlin Clark with the whole situation with the soccer situation. As an athlete, how have you been able to take precaution when it comes to your safety and just thinking about like leveling up that security to protect yourself?
Yeah, that was super, super scary. So I'm glad that she is safe and that they were able to catch him and honestly just take the precautions that they have to do with that. I think just as an athlete, you always want to make sure that you are watching your surroundings. I think that's always important, but especially with social media nowadays, people just try to find their way and try to continue to speak. And obviously that can get to a different level like it did with Caitlin. But I think thinking about the Indiana Fever and thinking about the people that they have surrounding us, even here at Unrivaled, like they have taken the precautions. They've made sure that everyone is safe, everyone is covered. And if you have any problems, like you're able to reach out. But as athletes, it's hard. You want to do your everyday thing. You want to live your everyday life, but you also have to make sure that you're just keeping an eye on what you're doing, but also not be afraid to say, hey, I don't really like this. Someone kind of said something weird to me, and just being able to tell those that you trust.
General Manager Amber Cox is a friend to the show. She was recently on this show, and she just talked about being excited for the future and building a team around yourself and Caitlin Clark. Looking at the future, what excites you the most about, this duo and, taking that team to the next level?
I'm super excited. I feel like there's no ceiling when it comes to us and the Fever franchise. I think being able to look at what Caitlin, the addition of Caitlin was for us this year, I think you just saw how it just continued to elevate us. And so when you think about us as a duo, I feel like we really figured out and got our foot on the same path the second half of the season. Like we were really able to figure it out together. And now that we have and we understand each other's play, where we like to be, what we like, I think it's just going to be hard because when you look at Caitlin, when she has the ball in her hands, she sees the floor so well. And she knows whether that's passing it to me or whether that's passing it up the floor and just making sure that we finish those shots. She makes great decisions when the ball's in her hands. And so I feel like there's no ceiling for that.
In 2023, you won a national championship under head coach Don Staley, and big news this week, he's now the highest paid coach in women's basketball. So what was it like, under that time being coached by...
I'm excited for it.
I absolutely love that you're pouring into the next generation of young girls and athletes everywhere. So looking at the Indiana Fever in the offseason, they appointed a new head coach in Stephanie White. What was that transition like for you? And have you been in touch with Steph?
Yes, I've been in touch with Steph and the whole staff. It's been pretty exciting. I'm super excited to have them join us at the Fever. I think we have such a special group, and I think the coaching staff and Steph can really elevate us and take us to that next level of where we're hoping to be. We've definitely had a lot of meetings, a lot of conversations. We've been able to watch film together, talk about what we hope for me, what we hope for the Fever. Been able to work out with Keith, so it's been great. It's been very communicative this off season, so going well.
Thinking about your time here at Unrivaled, a lot of players say they're using, this time here to work on their game, to add things to their bag, so that when they go back to their teams, respective teams in the season, that they could just be better. What are some things that you're looking forward to working on here at Unrivaled?
I think just once again continue to get great finishing around the rim, making sure that I have my touch around the basket because I feel like that's always been my bread and butter. So just continuing to make sure that that stays up to par, and then taking the shots, taking my jumpers, even if they don't go in initially, but understanding that hey, you are taking these so that you're confident, especially when you go back with the Fever, that no matter what position you're put in, you've already experienced that.
And going back to that investment part, I mean, Unrivaled is really setting the tone, but the Indiana Fever announced a $78 million new practice facility set to open in 2027. In your opinion, as one of the star faces of the team, what does that mean to just have a team that's willing to invest in its players?
That's super exciting. I said before that having our own practice court, I thought was super important. And we had that, especially with me coming in 2 years ago. And now they're building this whole facility. I mean, it's definitely a blessing. Our owners, super thankful to them for investing. I think they see the potential and they know exactly what we have on this squad and what we deserve. And I think it just goes to show that, you continue to invest in the teams, you continue to invest in the players, and the results will come.
Now, that was Aliyah Boston currently speaking about the future of the Indiana Fever. Like I stated, it was just great to see her open up a little bit, but I'm excited to see her continue her run throughout Unrivaled. The season is set to begin in May. Aliyah Boston is currently down in Miami alongside her fellow teammate Leslie Hall playing in the 3-on-3 inaugural season. The ratings has been okay, I can't lie, but for the most part, Caitlin Clark is back in Indiana, working in the lab, getting in her bag for the start of the 2025 season under new head coach Stephanie White. I'm going to know you guys' thoughts down in the comment section below about Aliyah Boston interview. And like always, man, until next time, shake the haters off. I'm out of here, baby. Peace out. Shake the haters off.